fall is approaching. And since fall is approaching, I start to immediately really pull out those scents that I enjoy for that season, because I try to not wear them when it's summer because I want to miss them. I want to go back to them and have them tied to that season. It's tough because I'll reach for a fragrance like in the middle of summer that I should not be wearing in the middle of summer, and it's nice to like kind of restrict some to certain seasons. So there definitely are some that do not get touched until it's cooler out, 60 degrees lower than that, even 50 degrees and lower. That's kind of where it starts to come in nice. Because the cold air does something different with a lot of these profiles that the hot air, when it's really hot out, it tends to really evaporate quick and just come off like super beast mode. Some of these aren't made for that. Some of them you can get away with, so it's up to your discretion, but this is how I play the game. So let's check it out. I'll start you with the cheapest on the list, okay? I've already talked about it recently in other videos, but it's Bentley for Men Intense. Really sweet little cool bottle with like this metal cap, and it's got that Bentley on the top. You got this nice amber looking juice, Bentley for Men Intense. Now, I always thought this was a joke. It's the most DUI enticing fragrance. If you wear this fragrance and you're driving a Bentley, you'll be in a lot of trouble. So what is going on in this fragrance? You have this crazy like alcohol smelling whiskey. Like this one is a little bit dangerous. Don't wear this to work maybe. We got some thunderstorms too. You might hear the occasional rumble. Oh man, this thing is great for like a party, holiday stuff. You're doing holiday things. It's like warm vanilla kind of in the air with whiskey, and the whiskey is actually very prominent. So a lot of like whiskey fragrances, like they say they have whiskey, but it might just be a note. This one's like very, very strong feature of whiskey on this one. Bentley. This is like $18. I'm pretty sure I got this for, and now I'm intrigued to check out the rest of the Bentley line. I've smelled a couple of them, like Momentum. Someone was just talking about Azure, Bentley for Men Azure, so I'm going to check that out. But this one for real stands out. It's a special one in the house. A little squeaky on the lid there. I don't know if you guys hear that shit. Oh my goodness, that's a little squeaker. Anyway, this thing, I don't even want to spray it because it's just beast mode. The performance is great. It's super strong. My buddy was wearing it, so I got to smell it on someone else. And I actually really like when I smell something on someone else that I'm not wearing and I can actually get a read on it. And that's really the cool thing about being dialed in with all of these people wearing fragrances around me. I always ask them like, oh, what is that? Just so I could add it to my research and kind of get a better impression. Because when you wear it, you smell it all day. It's hard to tell what it's smelling like, because our noses like to get resistance to what we're smelling. So this one though, it doesn't change much. It kind of eases off on the alcohol as you're wearing it, but it remains warm, ambery, boozy, vanilla, very full smelling, very nice masculine scent, but also smooth and really excellent. Definitely punches way, way, way over its weight class. Like, it smells like a niche scent. It's a high quality scent. I don't know. I got a lot of nice stuff, and I've worn a lot of nice stuff, and I've been into this for a while, and this one still pops out at me. There's hate for it, so the worst that could happen is you wasted $18 and someone else will buy it from you, perhaps. So hopefully that doesn't waste it. If you know me and you're one of my friends that's watching this video, hit me up. I'll spray this on you any day of the week. You're not allowed to go to work though with it on. Nah, don't go to work with this on. I try not to do that because it could smell like you drank. And actually, one of the other ones on this list got me that effect as well. So I will show you that. But yeah, Bentley for Men Intense. I'll put it on the rack. It's nice there. That's the cheapest one on the list. Then I have these two, which when I got them, they were cheap. These are kind of a 2-for-1. It's the Bath and Body Works. It's 2 fragrances from them, and I don't know if they're discontinued, guys. I have to find out what's going on with these, because I was in Bath and Body Works today looking for this, coffee and whiskey, and I could not find coffee and whiskey anywhere. It is nice. It is very nice. Sprayed it in my hair yesterday at the end of the night, all around the neck. I woke up and I was smelling it still, so hey, it stays in your hair and on your clothes very well. What does it do? I'm going to talk about coffee and whiskey first. I'll go back to the smoked old fashioned in a second. These I feature because I got them on a deal. And if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, don't go to Bed Bath & Beyond. It doesn't exist. Bath & Body Works. If you go to Bath & Body Works, where these are found, very popular store, don't be afraid to walk in. I know there's a lot of noises in there and a lot of people wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder. You can navigate it in there. I sometimes get intimidated by stores with too many people. So I went in today and I was happy that I did it. I found new product lines that they made, but I couldn't find this. And maybe you have to find this online at this point. But coffee and whiskey's probably tied with the next one I'm going to show you from them. These two are tied for like the most unique thing they've ever created in their fragrance line, and it actually smells really nice. Not some niche fragrance high quality thing, but a very linear, simple, and pleasant scent. Very nice. It doesn't change much. You don't really get too crazy on the whiskey. Well, at least I don't. Maybe because my tolerance is very high for a whiskey note. And Bath and Body Works, Bed Bath and Beyond. Why do I want to go to Bed Bath and Beyond so bad? Anyway, Bath and Body Works is usually pumping out whiskey scents like crazy, left and right. They have bourbon, they have like these like whiskey reserve scent, they have all these other ones. And I smell them and I don't get much out of it. My friend was really digging it today, one of the new whiskeys, but it's not this. This one, if you could find it, it's a great coffee scent. It's almost like a gourmand scent, like it makes you like kind of reminiscent of this dessert smelling. Soft, really nice, just like sweet coffee. Very sweet, not milky at all, just a sweet coffee with this whiskey kind of drink, kind of just a bit. Very sweet though. Sugary coffee. This is nice. It's light too, so it's kind of like not a inundating scent. This is very nice. You can spray quite a bit of it. I don't use it a crazy amount, but that's a good dent for the size that I have of a collection, and I've had this for maybe 7 months. You know, I go back to it, and it's my nighttime 3 sprays at night. Like, I'm not blasting this to work or anything. I don't do that. I smell this out there in the world. There's lotions that people wear. You could smell it when it's there. It's very nice. I've smelled this on like 2 people, you know, and I'm like, is that coffee and whiskey? And they're like, yeah, it's the lotion. And I'm like, oh, great. You know, I have the cologne. Anyway, I really like this one. What I did with this was I bought 3, got 3 free. So I bought 3 of these, and I think they were like $30, $40 each. Bought 3, got 3 free. I walked out with 6 fragrances, and I was like happier as can be, you know. I'm pretty sure I used that for, you know, different gifting to people and stuff, all different ways. But it was like $120 for 3 fragrances, and, well, 6 fragrances, I'm sorry. And that's something I have a hard time walking away from. That's a nice deal. I almost did it today, but I couldn't find anything to this caliber that Bath & Body Works is rocking right now. If they really do have potential, though, to do some pretty nice stuff, even though it's not the highest tier quality. You can smell it's not like a niche fragrance, but it's so unique. There's not a lot of stuff that's like this out there, really. I mean, that I've experienced. There's not a lot of like, it's so pleasant and nice. Anyway, coffee and whiskey goes on the shelf with Bentley for Men Intense. And then this is I've had maybe 3 times more experience wearing it. You can see the dent on this one. It's a pretty good dent. Smoked Old Fashioned, okay? I smelled this bad boy on a guy that was coming in for physical therapy, and he had this, like, I never smelled something like this before. It's not like this crazy, like, niche fragrance, you know, it's just a Bath & Body Works linear scent. But I have yet to smell something that, I don't know what the notes are in this. It's got to be this, like, it's resembling the drink. There was a smoked old-fashioned drink, right? Which is like whiskey, an orange slice in it, and some kind of sweet gourmand. I don't think it's a vanilla, but it's some kind of sweet gourmand, like warm smelling thing. It's very delicious smelling. and super unique. And the smoke in it is not like wood smoke or offensive or anything. It's like that barrel smoke that you get from like a nice whiskey. This thing is great, man. It's great, and it does things that I don't expect it to do in the air, and it kind of comes off. It comes off much different than what it's marketed as. It has this like bright, like orange kind of thing going on, and it's really sweet and just it's a little strange in a great way. But yeah, this is an awesome scent that I love to wear. So, and when I smelled it on this guy, he smelled so good. We got some thunder. He smelled so great, okay? I couldn't believe it. And he was like all about how they don't test on animals and stuff. So Bath and Body Works. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say Bed Bath and Beyond again. I'm just going to combine them and just say Bed Bath Beyond and Body Works, and just that's it. So no one has to worry anymore. I could just mix that up all day. If you know me in real life, I mix this up. This is the hardest 2 stores that ever existed for me, and I'm in crisis. I am in crisis over this. But anyway, I can't find anything in there that is to the caliber of these 2. There's one more honorable mention in Bath and Body Works, and it's Noir, and Freshwater could be on the list, but it's so bad in performance that I more wear it like, it's a bathroom, just freshen up when you're on the go. If you want to bring that on the go, it's better. But this one, it lasts a good amount. I usually wear quite a bit of it. Get it soaked in, man. Just marinate in this one because it's so nice. And the longer it dries down, the easier it kind of goes. It's not strong at all, like in that way. And it's very unique. Like, it stands out. It stands out. All the fragrances people wear, nothing smells like this. And I love it. I hope that one day, if that's discontinued, I can find it again because it is actually really great, and I would get a backup bottle of that. Those are all cheapies. We're going to move up 1 tier to an established house that could be called a clone house. They do clones, but they also have great originals, but also some of the toppest tier clones. And it's not really clones, it's more interpretations. They do a really great job, this house. This is the house Alexandria Fragrances, and I always reach for something from them. I have I sold one of them, and that was an L, but I had to let it go. I don't wear it, so that one I don't wear. That was the clone of Bulgari's Tiger. I just have other things that smell in that zone, and I never reach for it. It was a brand new bottle, so my friend liked it, and I sold it to him. And this one, though, I would never get rid of. This is Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is excellent. This is an Angel Share clone by Killian. It does the closest job that Angels actually have Angel Share on my arm from before. It's in like extremely late dry down, where it starts just turning into this like really smooth cinnamon kind of smell. Angel Share is magnificent, very hyped fragrance. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is the best one that I could find that clones it. I've had maybe 5 clones of it, and I think I sold one of them. One of them sits in my closet because it's good, but it's not as good as this. This one has that little magic thing that the original has. There's always this little touch that the original, for some they have more, they created the scent, so they spent more time trying to figure out how to get this thing and tweak it and change it. These guys just take it, and I think they either do one of 2 things. They have a guy who could smell it and figure it out, which I don't know how that would work, or they have a machine that reads what is this chemically made out of, breaks it down for them, and then they replicate it. So this is like a very close replication of Angel Share. I gotta give it a little bit on the inside of the arm here. Okay. The difference is right in the opening. But once it starts coming in, like when you spray Angel Share, you don't smell alcohol. Like in the sense of you don't smell perfumer's alcohol. You don't smell that alcoholic kind of ethanol thing. You just smell this like cloud of their opening is just way better. But then as soon as that clears up, you get right into Angel Share. It's this cloud of like cinnamon apple. dessert gourmand. It's just like this sweet cinnamon nutmeg apple pie, kind of warm Danish with icing on it. But then also like this depth from like this rum, cognac. It's an alcohol kind of drink, but also a dessert. Very cool fragrance. And in the air, it just, you waft and it just smells great. It does really good things in the air. So friggin', this is your holiday scent. This is your jolly old good time scent. Around Christmas time, forget it. This is great, okay? Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. It's named after a guy who was an excellent YouTuber who is, he's no longer with us. So, you know, I came into the game too late. I came in, he was already gone. But I know about, he's done a lot of collabs, and this company named this after him, and that's just excellent to me. Angel Share, though, is worth getting, but for now, till I finish this bottle, I will not get it. Eventually, though, I'm going to be grabbing Angel Share because it's just really great. It lasts a long time in the air. It's very nice. It's just like this beautiful cloud. It's not offensive and overly sweet or anything like that. Really, really nice, okay? A little feminine. A little bit, it's definitely unisex, right? But definitely a little feminine. Like you could get that sweet kind of thing. Like if you're super manly and you're like, yeah, bro, I need a boozy scent right now. Like, let's go. We're gonna do shots, whiskey. Like, let's go. I need no rocks, so just go straight, all right? That's not this scent. It's like a cozy kind of scent, right? You're a little bit of thunder. That's great. Anyway, I'm going to leave the thunder in here because it's got a nice effect. I should have done dark fragrances, but it's okay. These are getting darker. Let's get into something. Oh, let's put it on the rack here. Come on, baby. All right. Now we're going to start getting into a little bit more. This is like, man, this is not unisex. These are getting, all these from here on out, man scents. Manly. This one, though, is gentlemanly, and you will see why I said it's gentlemanly, because its name is Givenchy, gentleman, and this is the Reserve Privé. Sorry, I say Boisé all the time because I just love mixing words up. This is the Reserve Privé. This is a whiskey scent with a nice iris note. Now, if you don't know anything about iris, it's this semi-powdery kind of purple white-ish flower, and it's very nice. It's a light kind of delicate smell. It's usually powdery. This one, though, it boozes it up with this whiskey barrel kind of thing, and it's a sweet fragrance. Actually, it's a bit sweet. I gotta spray this guy today. Let's do it. I got a fresh arm right there. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's just gentleman. It's gentlemanly. All right. Just take my word for it. All right. This one is at Macy's or one of those big chain stores, and you can walk right up to this and go spray it on. I've smelled the whole line. This is the one that came home with me. There's other really notable offerings from this gentleman line. There's some new ones, and you got this really cool little thing on the back. There's some new ones, right? But this is the one that I just think that was the most me. If you've smelled Dior Homme Intense, this is like a more mass appealing Dior Homme Intense in a way, because it doesn't have that wild complexity that Dior Homme Intense has. I don't think it has any leather. At least I don't smell the leather, okay? Again, notes, they don't really help. This does have a boozy feel to it. Definitely has something going on in the whiskey department. Like the whiskey barrel, high-end whiskey barrel. You know, I got a dent in this to this line right here, so it's not like I haven't gotten a lot of wears of this. But this is a winter guy right here. This is dark. It's a little bit dark. It's definitely a little bit dark, but you got that powdery kind of soft note that makes it very unique and special to me. I think I'm a sucker for iris when it's done in a darker way. I don't really like super powdery iris, you know, like crazy powdery, but this is a little bit in that direction. It's just got a touch of it to really balance out. It's very complete and nice fragrance. Check out the perfumer on it. It might be Alberto Morillas. I could be wrong, but I think it's him. Anyway, this one starts to get a little bit more expensive. The performance is great though on this. It's just, I remember it just keeps going. It goes all day. It's not spicy really in any way. Doesn't do any of that like kind of spicy stuff that a lot of these fragrances also mix in. Nothing really spicy. It's very smooth whiskey, sweet, powdery, very nice. Okay, like this one a lot. Forget the price point on it, but I'm thinking it was in the $80 range from what I remember. I don't remember spending $100 on this, and I hope you don't. But it is high quality to the point where if you did spend $100, you didn't make a mistake. It's very good. You wouldn't think that you made a mistake. This is quality. This is a designer scent that actually does have a nice effect to it. It's super great. Anyway, gentlemen, Givenchy Reserve Privé. Yeah, that's going over here. I'm busting these out because we're getting into, I mean, it's 2 weeks until September, so Halloween decorations are already up, naturally. And we are anticipating a great October this year. So why not rejoice and prepare for cool weather, because I love cool weather. I love the rain and the creativeness that comes from it, creativity that it gives me. This guy right here doesn't get a crazy amount of wear from me because it's like the one I just talked about. A lot of features of that, but this one is spicy. It's very spicy. It has the whiskey thing going on. I always think of this as like Spice Bomb Extreme's grandfather. But this is really great. Yeah, right here. Freehand. Sprayed it on. Oh, it's very spicy. Like spicy in like a cozy holiday kind of smell. It still has that boozy darkness kind of going on to it. It's got this really nice just bundle of spices, something sweet, just tying it all together. Maybe even leather going on in here. So this is just nice, like a little touch, a little tiny touch of something dark. But it's a manly scent, not really for summer. This is Bulgari Man in Black. Bulgari Man in Black. The top does this little interesting thing, so it's locked, and then you turn it, and now it's no longer locked. So Bulgari Man in Black. This is a cool little guy right here. It's actually really nice. It looks cool on your shelf too, and it's a very it looks like what it's marketing towards. It's definitely in the perfect bottle. You know, you got this like pretty nice high-end scent here. If you're a little bit more mature, it's in that mature. It's like one of the more mature fragrances. Like, I don't want to say anything bad about it where it comes to like the grandpa kind of smell. But I've smelled something like this on the older guys, right? But yeah, anybody could wear it, really. I wear it, so you can definitely get away with this. And I say, if you smelled Spice Bomb Extreme, they're very similar, but this is like the sophisticated Spice Bomb Extreme, where it's not as mass appealing, per se. It's kind of doing its own thing here, and it's very enjoyable. So Bulgari Man in Black, it's definitely enjoyable. I don't know if it's work safe, versatility and stuff. This is more of a holiday, date night, lot of thunder. Holiday, date night, go out with your fiance, go out with your friends kind of thing. It's got a more masculine thing going on with those spices, so it's kind of a little bit more in the air, a little bit more challenging because of the spices, but it's still mass appealing, and it has a sweet and boozy thing going on too. Definitely much more going on than this, but I could smell parts of something like this DNA beneath this, kind of supporting it. So they are similar, right? But this one's just a little bit more on the spicy components, a little bit more mature, I'd say. And now the whole reason I made this video is for this fragrance. I'm going to start with the decant that got me the fragrance, okay? And this is a story, this is a lesson that I learned. This is the Godfather from Alexandria. Now, I have hundreds of samples. I want to do a video just showing you all the samples that I've tried and how that led me down this rabbit hole that made me buy 1, 2, and 3 fragrances. The fact that they tried to clone the fragrance that this clones gave me a chance to smell a representation of that DNA that I'd never get my hands on in real life. You know, I'd have to go buy like a very expensive sample and risk not really liking it because the fragrance itself that it clones is actually a very expensive fragrance. So this is the Godfather, and it's cloning one of my favorite fragrances. I wore this fragrance on my birthday. And the story behind this is I didn't like this when I first smelled it and when I first wore it. And then the next day, I remembered it and I went and wore it again and I was like, wait a minute. I started to understand what this thing was doing and my nose kind of acclimated and I just, oh my goodness. I'm so happy that I got this decant because the decant led me to this. And this fragrance right here, it's been on my mind. I told you in the last videos. I told you this fragrance been on my mind. Okay, this is Italian perfumer. This is a company from Italy, baby. Barra Onda from Nasomato. Nasomato. All right, they have a lot of crazy little bottles and they're high priced. And some of them, I mean, this is the only one that I own 2 of them, so I can't even speak on the other ones, but their company is polarizing. They have a lot of crazy creative things. A lot of their fragrances are wild to just hear people talk about and read about, so they are definitely a great company. Alessandro Gualtieri is the guy behind this house, and we just hear great things. The whole community sings praises of this house, and I'm so glad that I finally got Barra Onda. I'm so glad that I got this. Now I don't have a crazy dent, but I've only had this for like 2 weeks, right? And you don't need a lot. You start spraying too much of this, it gets a little bit loud. So my experience with this out in the real world. First off, this does a great job at trying to clone what's going on in Barra Onda by Alexandria, the Godfather. So that was my stepping stone. I never went back to this since I bought the original. And I noticed that there is levels to this shit. Levels for sure. This is leagues different, okay? It is way more quality and just, I don't know how to make you smell it. But I gotta spray this. Unbelievable. From the opening to the dry down. This is a high-end niche fragrance. It's expensive, but it is my, like, holy grail of grails, I'd have to say. I just love it. It's mass appealing, too. It's sweet, boozy, smoky woods kind of thing going on. Like an incense smoky woods kind of deal. Manly, and there's this sweet gourmand kind of touch to it. It's just freaking crazy. And whiskey, I'm telling you, whiskey... I had people on Friday, I wore this on my birthday, to work, which I don't think I'll do again. I think people might have thought that I was drinking, because I might have smelled like something they never smelled before, other than some kind of alcoholic drink, right? And it's loud, like, you know, the person I work with came up to me and was like, you smell like a really high-end Corona. And now... they are also wearing fragrance, so it's all mixing with everything in the air in there. Everybody's wearing something, and you have, like, the smell in the room. So I took that with a grain of salt, but they were like, they really liked it, right? And I just got compliments from this so far. Even then, this is a guy wearing this doesn't give a crap if you got compliments for him, to be honest. This is like, I'm there, I'm him, I've been him. Continuing to be him, the whole like mantra. Beautiful fragrance. Oh my goodness, Barra Onda. I need stuff like this. That's why all of a sudden now I just can't buy anything anymore. I'm at this point where I'm like, I gotta find this like really high end quality stuff, and it's like more inaccessible. I gotta go buy like a bunch of decants and wait for them to get to me. But right now, this guy's absolutely slaying. I did get Nasamato's Pardon, but I don't feel any kind of way about that compared to this. That's a dark fragrance and it's very, very acquired taste. This one though, immediately, it is me, right? You get this fiery smokiness going too, like a really nice burning wood, like an expensive, very dense burning wood. You got the cork cap here, right? That's a cork. It's all cut up, nice looking cork cap. That's like whiskey, bro. And it comes with this extra little cap that you could put on if you don't want to be lugging this around and you got travels to do. But here's the catch. This is a 30 ml. That's small. Usually they're 100 ml when you get a fragrance. Usually that's my gold standard. If it's 100 ml, they're being generous with the juice. This is 30 ml at extremely premium prices. So price per ml on this is crazy. Like, if I bought 3 of these, I'd get 90 ml worth. I would still not have 100 ml, and I would have spent maybe $500 or more. You know, these are expensive. For one of these, it's like 180. I got it on eBay, which it could have been fake. You know, it could have been a fake, right? They could have just. A lot of these Nasumatos are running rampant fake right now. I luckily got a dealer who's reputable and sells these, you know, real deal stuff. So, and once you spray this, you're like, oh, that's the real deal. It's dancing. It does all these different things while you're wearing it. There's even some florals in here that start to like come out. There's some kind of florals in here in the middle there that just like kind of ebb and flow in and out. The ultimate boozy fragrance, in my opinion, so far that I've experienced. You know, there's always room for more learning. There's always room for grabbing another one that's going to wow me, but I have not been wowed like this since Lamar from Kajal, okay? That one wowed me. A cheapie wowed me. I was like, what? How does this... Actually, I've been wearing it, so at the end of the video, I'm going to do a little wrap-up what I wore this week. This, though, I wore 2 days ago on my birthday. I turned 34 on Friday. And I keep reaching for this. And as soon as I get out of work, I can't wait to wear it. And I love it. If I'm going on a date or if I'm just, like, partying with the fam or something, I'm going to rock this. Like, definitely Nasumato, definitely Baraonda. Now, I don't know if there's anything else in the house that's this mass appealing, because everything else sounds a little divisive in the house. It sounds a little like a lot of people, it's not mass appealing, but I think this still takes risks, but it is a little bit more mass appealing. So I might have found their best offering, and I'm happy about that. It's nice when I blind bought this, sort of, okay? But that decant of the Godfather led me to Baraonda. That DNA I have not encountered yet. It's very excellent, okay? And that is the conclusion of the boozy fragrances. And now real quick, I just want to run through what's going on with the fragrances I've worn this past week, all right? This came in the mail. This is a brand new drop. This is Ishq al-Shuyuk Silver. Ishq al-Shuyuk Silver from Latafa, okay? Latafa's got a lot of hit and miss stuff, all right? So not everything is blind buy worthy from them. But this one, it's so the lucky DNA, the 1 million DNA, right? This is cloning Paco Rabanne's 1 million lucky, okay? I've worn that a bunch of times. I have actually someone I work with that wears the elixir, so I smell it all the time. I work with him in the same room, so I always smell elixir. And actually, I kind of like it in the air. This one's sweeter. It's like it's like, to me, surprisingly mid-tier, okay? I'm not going to do a full review of it right now, but I am putting this to work. I'm starting to wear it, get more familiar with it, so I can do a review. You know, I got to live with these for a little while. I can't just open one up and start a review, all right? I don't think that that's right. It's not representative of what we're trying to do here. You gotta wear it, rock it for a while, unless you obscenely hate it. This one though doesn't like wow me. I haven't really grown accustomed to it yet. It smells like a generic kind of sweet designer fragrance to me. And I don't mean to hurt BT Scent's feelings at all. I still haven't really reached a verdict yet. I could turn around in a couple weeks after living with this and really start to like it. It is mass appealing, safe for a lot of environments, and it's been in my rotation. I wore it to work once. No one said anything, which is fine by me. It's a good thing too. Also, there's a cool sword on the front and a lot of Arabic stuff going on the bottom. Anyway, this was a budget fragrance too for a nice big bottle. Looks a little bit peculiar. It's not like the most beautiful bottle, but the scent inside is very versatile. You can wear it for a lot of occasions. And on my birthday, not my birthday, yesterday, my birthday party, I had people over the house. We had like family over. I always end up wearing one of my Reflection Man clones when people are coming over. It's just like unique enough that I know they haven't smelled something like that, right? And it's mass appealing enough, but it has like this very distinct, beautiful profile to it. White floral kind of sweetness going on. And it's just fresh, masculine, even though it's got like jasmine in it like crazy. You know, this thing's beautiful. And this is it's a little bit of a dry smelling sweetness, a little bit of slightly powdery smelling sweetness. But I've been wearing Desert Reflection. That's my Dua version of the DNA. I ran through an entire Alexandria version of the Reflection Man DNA already, so I'm just moving through all my clones now, trying to get through them, because once I'm done with all the clones of Reflection Man that I have, I will be getting the original. I actually sold one of my clones of Reflection Man last week. I sold Codlage Silver, which is a nice peppery, kind of brighter, more peppery version of the DNA. It's definitely brighter, not as crazy on the sweetness. This one I find is like the drier of them. Like it's just got a little drier feel to it. Like a powdery kind of dryness, even though it's fresh and still like clean smelling and sweet and fresh. But it has that really nice Reflection Man DNA, right? I've compared it to Darley a little bit. I've compared it to some of the Ultramel. I've compared it to other fragrances that I come across that I'm like, oh, this has like a little bit of that Reflection Man thing going on. But the original is due. I have to get the original eventually, but it is very expensive, and I can't decide whether I want the original or I want Reflection 45, which is the extrait of the original and a different deal. So anyway, Desert Reflection, I like it a lot. I love it actually. This whole DNA, the Reflection Man DNA, is very me. Right now, I have plenty in my lineup that are already fulfilling that role. So when I'm talking about that powdery role, I'll get right to the next one. You'll see what I'm talking about. This one is just a banger, all right? This is Parfums de Marly Darley. It's gentlemanly, handsome, clean. I've already gone in on this. I'm not going to go too hard on my review, but it's definitely sweet, right? Sweet in like a really dapper kind of way. White florals going on here, sandalwood going on in here, like that smooth kind of creaminess. I've always thought of it as like the sweeter of the barbershop fragrance. Like if Lamel went like super high end with the quality, like crazy on the quality, and then went into the gentlemanly and away from the youthful. Still youthful and great smelling, don't get me wrong. But definitely luxury. And I think this is my favorite. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite in the whole house. It might be tied with Greenlee. I really like Greenlee from this house, but Darley is just more me than anything in the house, okay? And I was surprised. I was really surprised that this one was the one. I wasn't expecting this one to be the one out of all the Parfums de Marly fragrances that I've had experience with. And I was there today smelling the other ones, and I was like, underwhelmed by a lot of them. They don't really wow me as much, but this one wows me. It's very nice. Now, the catch with this one is not a beast performer, so I tend to wear a lot of it. People don't always notice it. I don't care. I smell this usually all day, and it's so pleasant to me. And it's kind of like a scent mantra. It just keeps me centered, and I really love it. So I've been wearing that. This week I wore all of these, right? Cosmic Pepper is getting a lot of wear. I'm starting to actually friggin' move this down, but it's so strong. It's strong. It's not crazy long lasting, but it's strong. Like, it comes off strong, it wears strong, and then it kind of comes down to this like really soft musky white musk thing that all Mancera kind of has going on that I've encountered. I've sampled a lot, and I own 4 bottles of Mancera, so they're all different in their own way. But Cosmic Pepper by Mancera, definitely been wearing this a lot. It's a freshie in the vein of Chanel L'Homme Sport, but much differently done. They definitely did something a little bit different here because it dries down a little more wild than that one. This one's got a little bit more niche qualities where it changes as it's going, and it has these different kind of things going on in the air, but it's a masculine, fresh, soapy kind of scent with this creamy vanilla green thing going on. Maybe it's not vanilla per se, but it is very unique, okay? This and Chanel L'Homme Sport, they do have the same direction, but one is totally different than the other. And I couldn't choose which one I like more, but this one's new to the party, so I do need more wears before I give it a review, but I'm not telling you guys to get these. These are just what I've been wearing. And then, of course, the king of the week, the king of every week, Kaf, Ahmed Al-Maghribi. This is the king of every week. Every single week, when I go to work, it's hard not to grab this one. This one takes the spot for me. Any of the fierce kind of DNAs, anything that's like a woody kind of scent, that's like aromatic woody scent. There's got to be white florals in this too, because when it dries down like super late, I get like that clean kind of soapy white floral deal. There's like a really soft kind of, I think there's got to be a musk thing going on in here, because it does remind me a little bit of the Burberry Touch musk, where it's a soapy kind of deal. Yeah, Kaf's getting a lot of wears. I'm getting into it a little bit here. It's a very strong scent. I don't need that many sprays, so the fact that I got that far in the mix already, it's showing. I've only had this for like less than a month, and I'm already blasting through it, probably a tenth of the way there. So at that speed, it'll be gone in 10 months, but who knows? I'm going to still keep rocking this to work. This is my all-rounder. This is my beater scent. This is my dumb reach right now. Definitely loving this. So that was the last like 5 scents I've been wearing at the end of the video. I wanted to give a super long form today because people have been telling me they love my long form stuff. And whether that's 2 people who tell me that, I'll do it for you. I really do. Future videos, I have a backlog of a lot of things I already recorded. I will be editing them. I just built a new computer for everyone, so for myself really, so that I could get these videos out, because I do want to share a lot of things that are going on. I have this to review, not right now, but this is a really great product that I do have to review with you guys. I don't want it to fall over, but this is a really great product. I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying I keep admiring this sample set, and this sets the bar for me for what sample sets should be doing. Okay, there's a website. They have a song for each one of these that you wear. It's got like a song and a story, and it breaks it down for you. In here, all these niche fragrances together. Now, they don't all like kill me. Like, nothing's jumped out of here at me. I haven't really done full wearings of anything, but there's some in here that I definitely don't like at all. But there's some in here that are worth looking at. So I was thinking of doing a review on that, but that's going to take me a while to get into. But Juicebox, I have my eye on Juicebox, okay? I am definitely looking at it. And from what I've gleaned so far from it, I smell a lot of like, it's almost like a niche house decided to just start cloning things, but on a niche level, and taking like a DNA that I know is exactly familiar. Like, that is, in there is a Baccarat Rouge 540 niche version, like in a different direction, but it's there, man. I smell it. I think it's Cheeky Smile. It smells just like that whole DNA, but then taken into their own direction. And there's other ones in there that I remember thinking, this is a clone of that, but a niche level version of it, like a high-end version of it. They just taking it and making it their own way. I don't know if better is the right word. It's not better. Just increasing the quality of the ingredients and trying to reformulate it into their own thing. But I'm seeing that with this house. They have a very wide variety. I'm probably going to review that eventually. And that's mostly everything. So quick review. I always do a little recap at the end. We went boozy, all different stuff. Cheapest one, Bentley Ferment Intense. Also, not easy for everybody to grab this and just blindly grab and wear, because it even took me a little while to kind of come around to it and understand it. All right. I had to smell this on someone else to really fall in love with it. And then I was like, okay, that's great. 2 discontinueds from, I don't know if they're discontinued, but I just don't see them in the store and I haven't seen them for a while. Coffee and Whiskey is really, really doesn't offend anyone. Very inoffensive, very nice, sweet fragrance. Not like manly or anything. Most mature one, Bulgari Man in Black. Spicy, spicy. This one, sophisticated, very, very akin to Diorum Intense. In fact, I would be surprised if these guys weren't taking inspiration from it when they made this, because I get a lot of that DNA in there, but less complex, a little bit more mass appealing. And then my pants just completely down because Nasumato and Barra Onda's just blowing my pants off completely. My socks, everything, it's just shot, man. So good. It's king of the boozy fragrances for me. I was told I smell like alcoholic drinks like multiple times when I wore it to work, and if you just embody that and just be like, okay, I can live with that. Smelled like in the air that I was drinking. All right, I don't want that, but what I'm smelling is totally different. I'm smelling this smoky, warm woods with this sweet kind of gourmand thing going on. There's a nice sweetness in this too. It's a warm fragrance. It's going to be so killer in the winter, and I can't wait for that when it's cold out to wear that, because it's just going to keep me warm. I got that smoky firewood going on. Give you a recap of what I've been wearing, my next couple reviews. I'll be doing some solo reviews, getting away from the list for a little while, and then bringing it full circle, keeping things guessing. And once I get this computer going, I can edit out some of my jiu-jitsu content, which actually demands a lot more editing than this kind of style of video. So keep an eye out for the jiu-jitsu stuff to start really hitting harder, and I'm going to come at you with that. So anyway, thank you everybody. I gave you 48 minutes of my Sunday night, very late at night, and there's nothing I'd rather be doing. Goodbye.